What's going on, ladies? It's Emily here, back with another episode of the Ladies Strong Fitcast. Today I'm going to be talking about some of the reasons why you're not properly recovering after a workout.
So the big question is this: how were two women who didn't cheat and purchase a gym franchise model, how were they able to spread their mission and purpose by empowering and transforming hundreds of women's lives through fitness, nutrition, mindset, and accountability with a micro gym business model of women only? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. We are Lady Strong Fitness.
I'm just going to hop straight into it. One of the reasons, or the main reasons why I want to touch on this topic is because it's one that gets neglected a lot, is our recovery. And our recovery has a lot to do with how we train in the gym, how we build muscle, and those types of things, especially if you're somebody looking to gain muscle. Recovery is huge. It's where the magic happens, right? It's where our body adjusts, it adapts, and it puts on that muscle. So recovery is huge, okay? So first I'm going to talk about the indications your body might be giving you if you are not properly recovering from your workout. So few things, if this might be happening to you, it could be because you're not properly recovering from your workout. So number one is going to be nagging pinpoints. And by that, I'm referring to if you have, stiff joints, or you have pain in the knees, in the wrists, in the elbows, things of that nature. It could be because your body's not properly recovering after your workout. So that would be number one. Number two is restless or poor sleep. Right. So, that could be because you are, your body's still adjusting. We're having a hard time sleeping. So that could be another reason to show that you're not properly recovering from your workout. Next one, is soreness. Now, a lot of times we have this misconception that if we're not sore, it wasn't a good workout, or we didn't push ourselves hard enough. And that's never really the case. So when it comes to muscle soreness, I think there is good and bad muscle soreness. And I'll go into the two a little bit. So good muscle soreness would be, waking up the next day and being like, oh, I can tell I exercised that muscle, but it's nothing crippling. Bad muscle soreness is going to be soreness that almost enables you to do regular things like sitting on a chair or walking. You start to walk funny or whatever it may be. You can't put your arms above your head. That's bad muscle soreness. That shows that your body didn't properly recover after the workout. So that's just another thing to keep in mind. It's okay to be sore, but crippling soreness is probably not the best. It means you didn't recover. Also, just a quick side note, I do often get questions of ladies saying, like, I've been training for, years and years. Is it normal that I still get sore? Of course, like I said, it's good to, feel that you work those muscles out, and you will get sore no matter how long you've been in the game, how long you've been training. However, again, bad soreness is that soreness where we're having a hard time moving the next day. That's not what you want. Okay. Get back on track here. Another reason why, or another indicator that you are not recovering, is maybe you are plateauing. So for example, if you've been somebody who's been trying to lift heavier when you're in the gym, and you've been stuck on those 15-pound weights for a while, or stuck with those 20-pound weights for a while, it could be because, you're training yourself super, super hard, and you're trying to go hard every single time you're in the gym, and your muscles aren't getting into that full recovery mode. So that could be another plateauing, could be another indicator of poor recovery. Okay. So if you have experienced any of those things while you're working out, whatever your goals are, recovery is really, really big, especially when we're trying to, again, put on that muscle, get stronger, and do those types of things. So when we talk about recovery, and I just want to touch on this really quick, and I'm going to give a few little tips as I continue, but I feel like sometimes we get the idea that recovery just means, sitting around not doing anything and not working out. That's absolutely not the case. Active recovery is really, really good for your muscles, for your body to adapt after a workout. And by active recovery, I mean things like walking, doing yoga, stretching, foam rolling, things of that nature. So when you do have a quote unquote rest day, they should incorporate still those, walking, stretching, moving the body, right? We always say keep your body moving. That will help with soreness, with recovery of the muscles. So just keep that in mind as our recovery tactic there. So some of the reasons why you aren't recovering. So again, if you experienced those things before, some of the reasons why you aren't recovering. Number one, it could be because of poor sleep. So during our sleep is a time that our body just kind of relax and resets itself. And so if we're not getting enough sleep, or if we're getting restless sleep where our body isn't full rest, deep sleep mode, our body's not recovering. It's staying active, it's working to kind of that, almost like that fight or flight mode, if you've ever heard of that before. Your body's just fighting and fighting to stay up. We have to get that rest in order for our body to properly recover, okay? Next thing, it could be nutritional problems. Maybe problems isn't the right word, but your nutrition isn't helping you. So one of the things that we always talk about, especially in the studio, is making sure that you're getting your protein in. Protein is going to be huge for recovery. That's what builds your muscles, as well as getting your carbohydrates, your fats in after a workout to be able to restore, replenish all that you've done during your workout, right? During our workout, we're breaking down our muscles, our bones, or we're breaking it down. So in order to recover, we have to fuel our bodies with good nutrition, good healthy foods, and able to recover. So I use this like as an example. If you were to, have a really good lifting session, a really good workout, and then you wait a couple hours and you have McDonald's for lunch, right? Do you think that your body, your muscles are going to properly repair themselves or replenish off of a meal, as maybe a burger and fries from the drive-thru? Probably not. It needs the healthy nutrition, micronutrients, so macronutrients, the fats, the carbs, and then all those vitamins, things of that nature. So clean foods, clean, healthy carbs, fats, and proteins after workout and after just training in general as you're going through. Next one, it could be due to some type of hormonal imbalance. Now this is kind of dependent upon the person. Obviously we can't really control our hormones too much. But we're all women here. So for example, maybe if you notice during, the week that you're on your menstrual cycle, that you're a little bit more sore, just because our hormones are a little bit out of whack, out of control, that could be a reason. But there's plenty of different reasons. Maybe it's whether it's medications, or it could be the foods that we're eating where our hormones are at, which is why we aren't recovering properly. All right. And then the last one is not taking advantage of the right supplements. So there's a lot of different supplements that you can use that will help with your recovery process. One being protein, we talk about that a lot. Another one being the BCAAs, the branched chain amino acids, that will help with recovery. And then the last one that I have as my go-to is creatine. So there's lots of studies and lots of talk around the subject of creatine, but it's really what it helps in is recovery. It speeds up the processes through your body that help with energy and energy output. So just another thing to think about is supplements. If you want, it's certainly not the go-to. It's not the number one priority. That's why I put it fourth on my list. But supplements can always help as well. If you feel like you're good on those first three topics, if you feel like you're good with your sleep, your nutrition and your hormones, then I would go to those supplements. But I think it's super important to talk about recovery. A lot of times we just train super hard, and we feel like that's the reason why we might be plateauing, or you're sore because like, oh, I had a great workout. Not necessarily the case. We need to be taking care of our bodies after our workouts. Like I said, we break them down. We put so much stress. That's what working out is. We put stress on our bodies, and we need to recover that. We need to release it, and that we can come back fresh the next time and just stay on track with all the goals or whatever goals it is you might have. That is all I'm going to talk about today. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. You can throw them in the Facebook group here. But yeah, I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you have. Thank you so much for listening. I will see all of you ladies in the studio. Have a good day.
Thanks for joining us today. If you like this episode, subscribe to our YouTube channel or find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or whatever your favorite place is to listen to podcasts. And if you really liked this episode, please leave a review for us on iTunes. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.